So till yesterday, whatever we have done, okay. One sec, sir. Okay. Till yesterday, we have cleared almost all the purchases entry. All purchase entry we have cleared. Okay. Before we leaving yesterday's session, we leave the yesterday's session. There's one query was asked by somebody like how to post the bank charges entry. Again, this bank charges entry, it is depends on your comfort level. Okay. Most of the people, what people do is they will just go to the payment entry, choose a bank, clear. They will put all the C. They will create a bank charges here under direct expenses. Okay. Without even taking GST, they will put just not applicable there, not applicable, and they save the voucher, and immediately they will put their value, whatever the bank charges is going to come. Okay. Because most of the people uh, they are not taking inputs for the bank charges because most of the banks are not sending the invoices to the customers. That is the main problem we are facing. Okay. So what I'll do, I will show you a sample invoice which I have received from my bank. Okay, I will show you the sample invoice for you. My bank is IDBI account. So what normally IDBI account will show, will send a mail with the invoice copy. So my invoice copy will have my GST number, will have the bank GST number and what is the charges they have collected and what is the amount they have deducted and including the taxes and all the breakups will be there. Okay, IDBI bank invoice. I'll show you that. Okay. One sec, sir. I will show you the invoices. The password will be see, this is a bank charges invoice I have received from my bank. Okay. Now you can see this. The different amounts they have collected for the month of February, right? All the breakups are there. My HSN SAC code is there, and even they have also given the breakup of my tax portion, right? So what needs to be done? Okay, it is up to you to decide whether you are going to put it in a journal entry or you are going to put it in the direct payment entry without having any breakup. Just put a bank charges. You can put the total value and close the invoice. You can just make a bank charges entry. Okay, this is one way of working. Another way is you need to put this in a journal entry. Second one. Third one, my sincere advice is, if you are going to get the invoices like this, it is always you put it in your purchases. For example, what I have done is, mine is all put together as a single invoice, but my bank charges in a different dates. Okay, you can see this, right? But here the GST number of bank is given, the invoice number is given here. Can you see this? This is my invoice number. So I'll pick this invoice number. Now I'll go to the tally now. Okay. Now I'll go to tally, accounting voucher, F9 for purchase. I'm putting my supplier invoice number, and my invoice date is going to be, what is my invoice date is given? Invoice date is 29/2/2020. So I'm just putting that instead of 29,029 to 220, I'll just copy this, even that. Okay. So I'm putting this 29/2/2020. Here I'm going to create a party called IDBI Bank, right? Here what I have done is I'm creating under bank accounts, right? We have to give a GST number here. We can give the address. The address is given for, I'm just going back to the bank statement here. It is 33 only, so it is Tamil Nadu. So I'm just taking this. Okay. So I'm putting my bank charges here. I'm putting my GST number. I've saved this. Now we have to put a bank charges now. So come here. We have already created bank charges. What needs to be done is, go to bank charges now. Enable it for GST, right? Choose this. Put your SAC code as 9971. Transaction is not applicable. Go to taxability. Choose taxable here, and it is 18%. Right? Any doubts, you can ask me now. Now you can put the value. What is the value it's given? If you can see the invoice, the total value comes to 340 rupees. It is an accessible value. Okay. Now go to tally. It is 340, right? It says purchase from unregistered dealer. Now here we don't have an option, since we have given in the type of registration was not given here. Can you see this? I have not given any type of registration. Nothing is given here. Okay. What I have done, I've just made one purchase. I've just put the GST number alone over here. But it's a regular invoice, right? So either you can just go here, change it to regular. Okay. Can you see this? Now, if you go, it becomes purchase taxable. You can just see what I've done now. Okay. I've created a bank account. Control enter. I've given the bank accounts. Under bank accounts I have created. I've also given a GST number. But normally, in bank accounts, you won't get the registration type for the bank. Okay, because normally people they won't say whether it's going to be a regular or a composite dealer or a unregistered dealer. You can't say like that. So they have not given this. What we can do is, as a suggestion, we can convey to the tally people, even to give a registration type for the bank account also. Okay. At present, they have not given it. We have just only given the GST number over here. Correct. Once I give the GST number, right, it comes to the supplementary form. Now change here to a regular one. Once you change it to a regular, your GST number comes. Okay. Now bank charges. This bank charges we have created. I'm putting control enter over here. This we have created under direct expenses. We don't have inventory values. I'm not given. It is no only, right? Nothing is there. Just give applicable. Just go here, set alter GST details. Give your SAC code. Nature of transaction is not applicable. Taxability is taxable, right? And then you are given your tax portion, right? So this is what we have done. Then we made the value here. Once you choose this, it automatically becomes a purchase taxable and it is 18%. Now if you say input CGST, your tax portion comes. Sir, any doubts? Sir, any doubts you can ask me, sir. Okay, fine. So Anamali sir and Senthil sir says okay. Others, Arvind sir, Madan sir, Priyanka ma'am, any doubts you can ask me. With this, we'll complete the session and we'll go to okay. So with this, we'll complete purchases and then we'll go to the sales now. Okay. So it is up to you to decide whether the bank charges to be put it in purchase invoice or without taking inputs directly. If you want to put it in a payments, it can be done. Save this. Number one, the bank charges can be put it in payment entry. If you don't want to take inputs, create a bank charges, put it under the payment entry, the total value can be made. Number one. Number two, you can also put it in a journal entry, but if you put it in a journal entry, the tax portion and everything should be put it as manual. So it is better to put it in a purchase invoices. So we made it in a purchase invoices. Okay. Any doubts? So I can proceed further now. Right. Now we'll go to sales. Okay. What are the different types of sales we have? We have local sales, we have interstate sales, we have exempted sales, we have SEZ sales, we have export. Correct? See, all these sales we have. Correct? Now, before we get into this particular thing, you go to the configuration. Okay? Because I'm going to show you how to enable the LUT bond. Okay? With the LUT bond, what are the features we're going to use with the help of LUT bond? So how to enable LUT bond? Press F11, go to statutory and taxation, enable the GST yes, set all the GST details, make it as yes. Now it's all the same, regular, all the same, right? Now you can see below there is something called provide LUT bond details, right? LUT is letter of undertaking, right? If you make it as yes, you need to put your LUT bond number and applicable from number. Okay, this LUT is eligible only for 1 year. Every year you need to buy you need to get a new LUT bond number. Okay, it is period, it is specific to the financial period only. Every financial year beginning in the month of April, you need to buy your LUT. Any doubts you can ask me, right? Once you enable the LUT, now you can put your invoices. Okay, this LUT, where and all the LUT bonds is useful. Whenever you make exports, LUT is essential. When you have an LUT bond, your transaction, whatever the export sales you are making, it is all becomes exempted. It is exempted from tax, number one. Number two, wherever you sell to the special economic zone, okay, even there, even in SEZ units, they will be giving a notification to you. Based on the notification only, the LUT, based on the notification you received from the customer, the transaction will be exempted. For example, if you say accounts info, I'll create a ledger. I'll put it as SEZ customer. Okay. Under sundry data. Clear? It is in Tamil Nadu. So I will put one LUT, I will put one GST number. My customer who is in SEZ unit. Okay. My customer name is Air Filter Systems. Okay. So I will create it as Air Filter System. He is in MEPS. His company is in MEPS. Okay. So I will put the GST number here. ALFA 1532E1Z1. So this is this GST number. That is a mistake. This is I. Then it's a mistake. Okay. ALFA 1532E E1Z1. Okay. Right. Now I save this. Two types of transactions can be done. One, there are people who supplies cool drinks, to SEZ units. That transaction is taxable. Okay. Who supplies raw material, it is exempted. Clear? So when we supply to air filter system, when I supply raw materials, okay, when I supply raw materials to do some manufacturing activity, it becomes exempted. Clear? But when you supply food materials, that is not used for the purpose of their manufacturing. It is for their own purpose. It is for their office use. Okay. So it is what they are saying is it is not exempted. We need to put a taxable. Okay. So any doubts you can ask me on this. I will configure one more thing in your ledger. Okay. But most of the people, what people will do is go to Control Enter, just open the ledger alteration, right? They will only put GST details here. Okay. Apart from that, There's one more activity where just press S here. Now it shows the registration type as regular, composition, consumer, and register. This customer is regular, so I make it as regular. Other territory, no, he belongs to Tamil Nadu in Chennai only, so no. It is e-commerce operator, it is no. Consider party as deemed exporter, no. Here we need to say SEZ. Okay, now I have enabled it. So normally when you create a ledger in GST details, okay, in set alter GST details, you need to enable the party type as SEZ. So any doubts you can ask me. This is what the configuration you need to do for a customer who belongs to SEZ units. Okay. Now, after doing this, I am putting one entry. Okay. So what I will try to do is I will create Alt C. I will create say raw material here. I'm not given any group. It is say Alt C. I'm going to put it as kgs. Okay. It is kilogram. Right. Now it is kgs. 2 decimals I'm putting it. Right. Now GST applicable. It is applicable. Set alter GST details. Yes. I'm giving it. I'm going to give the HSN details. Right. Here I'm saying it is taxable and it is 18%. Please see this. Okay. I'm going to use only one raw material for both SEZ customer as well as the normal customer. Clear? Same raw material, it's been given to SEZ customer. Same raw material is being given to non-SEZ customer also. Okay. So I'm giving it as goods. I've saved this. Right. So I'm giving it as 100 kgs. Right. So per kg, what is the rate I'm going to give? Say it's going to be 15 rupees. Right, 1500. Press enter. Now, just press spacebar. We have created GST sales. It is a single ledger for all export, all SEZ, intrastate, intrastate, all put together. We can put it in a single ledger itself. In most of other places, people maintain like this, intrastate separately and local sales separately. Okay. So it is not advisable to have this. If you want to create like this, you can also create it. There is no hard and fast rules. Okay. Now I'm using the GST sales here. Once I choose this, can you see on the bracket? It says sales to SEZ-LUT bond. Any doubts? I think everybody can see this. It is sales to SEZ-LUT/bond. Right? There is no change over here. Right? Now you can also give the e-way bill details here. Right? So this is my shipping bill number, my billing date. If you have a e-way bill which crosses more than 1 lakh within the state, the e-way bill numbers, e-way bill also to be generated. Right? Now I've saved this. Any doubts on this? Any doubts you can ask me. So what we have done is we have created a customer called air filter system. He belongs to SEZ unit. Okay. He is situated in MEPS Tambram. So what I have done is, so he is situated in MEPS in Tambaram. Okay. So MEPS is a SEZ unit. Then we have created the registration type as regular. We have given the registration number here. Then set all the GST details. We went into site. We have enabled the party type as SEZ. Okay. So based on this, we have created a product called raw material. We purchase 100 kgs, 15 rupees plus tax it is. Okay. So GST sales. Now if you can see on the bracket, sales to SEZ hyphen LUT bond. By default, it is exempted. We have saved this. So any doubt? I think Priyanka madam has asked for it. Okay, fine. Any doubts, sir? Any doubts on this? I can show you a GST report how it comes. Fine. So the question is, Annamalai sir is asking, how would recognize the sales as SEZ without mentioning the party name? Without mentioning the party name, sir, it is very difficult to mention, sir. We can do that. We can do that. When you make a sales to SEZ, it is compulsory to give the party name and address, because there will be a check post. Okay, there will be a check post where your bills will be checked. If you go to MEPS Tambaram, okay, when you get the material inside, like how we have a customs people like that, there is a customs people who is there in the entrance. They will check it. They will check the bills. Okay, then only they will take it. They will take it you inside. Otherwise, they won't. Okay, but party name is very much essential. Without party name also, we can say whether it's going to be SEZ sale or not. But only for the books we can do that. But when you transfer the material from one place to another, when you give it to the SEZ unit, definitely there will be a scrutiny will be there whether this particular transaction comes under taxable or exempted. They will definitely check it. Okay, so without mentioning the party, I'm not asking the practical issue how to classify it in here. Okay, I can show you that. I can show you that. Okay, for example, okay, now you feel it's an SEZ sale, but we don't know the party. Okay, so what I've done is I'm making it as cash. Clear? I'm making it as cash here. But the type of the customer, either we need to at least specify, whether it's a regular or unregistered dealer here. Because without this, we cannot do that one, number one. So now I'm not putting anything there. Same raw material I'll put, right? I'll put 10 kgs, 15 rupees, for example. Now it becomes sales taxable here. What we can do is press the space bar and say it is sales to a LUT bond. We can say sales to SEZ exempt. We can use this. We can override during my transactions. Any doubts, sir? If you don't know the party name, for example, I've given as cash, whether you don't know whether this party belongs to SEZ, okay, or whether this particular party is it's a regular buyer or a composition buyer or anything. If you don't create any ledger here, you can always go put the party name here as say Ravi and Co. Put the address details here, whatever you want. If you feel he is a registered customer, you can put it. I can put my, okay, all these things can be done. but you don't know whether this customer belongs to SEZ or not. So even in that case, you can just go and say, if you feel it is SEZ, you can always say exempt. Even then, the taxes won't be calculated. Any doubts, sir? You can override in the classification or nature of transaction also, sir. Clear? So you can override in the transaction level in the classification. But before doing this, we need to be doubly sure that what we are going to do it. Because once you make your transactions, okay, either it will throw an error message in the triangular report. When you file a return, the triangular report errors to be solved, then only we can file it from Tally. Okay, so it will validate whether this customer belongs to SEZ or not. So it will validate. So before you do any transactions, make sure that that particular customer belongs to a regular customer or a composition dealer, whatever it may be. The registration type is must, and the type of party. Okay, if he doesn't belong to SEZ or a deemed exporter, you don't have to mention anything. Just give not applicable. But here, the nature, you can always select whatever you want. The behavior will be changed accordingly. Okay. Any doubts? Can I move forward? Um, I can show you the GST report how it comes. Okay. So my GST reports, go to display, statutory reports, GST and GST 3B. Right. Now it's in 3.1. Press Alt F1. Okay. In the month of May we have done. Can you see this? It is outward supply. It is 0 rated. It automatically picks. We have not done anything on this. It is automatically picks that. Okay. When I make the billing to my customer in SEZ, normally what before getting the LUT bond, I used to charge taxes for them. 18% I used to charge for my services. But the SEZ customer, they never used to pay me tax. What they will immediately say, we have a notification saying that we belong to SEZ unit, so you are not supposed to tax me. So what we did is we applied for LUT bond. We have also get the notification from the customer and we filed it. Whenever any queries are there, we need to show that. So based on that only, we are now creating the SEZ sales. Okay. Now, how your invoices looks like. There is a difference between the regular invoice and SEZ invoices. Okay. Now, if you press Alt P from here, okay. Now go to the print preview. Just click yes. Zoom it. Now you can see on the top, supply meant for export supply to SEZ unit or SEZ developer for authorized operation under LUT bond or letter of undertaking without payment of IGST. Your LUT bond, it comes and sits here. Okay. This is the invoices. I can show you a normal invoice, how it looks also. Okay. So this is the invoice. Clear? Can I proceed? Okay. How can we remove unnecessary content in the invoices like export related? Can you specify, sir? Can you specify what are all the things you need to remove from in your invoice screen. For example, you want to remove the delivery note, mode of payment, supplier reference and other reference, buyer order number, date, dispatch document, delivery note date, dispatch through. Okay, how can we remove supply meant for export? Supply meant for export. Is there any okay, supply meant for export? I don't know. Any fields to be, is there any? Okay, as this is specific to SEZ invoice. Yes, it is specific to SEZ invoice. What are the fields to be removed, sir? If you want, I can show that specifically. So question is very simple, sir. Siddharth sir is asking, how can we remove unnecessary content in the invoices like export related? First question, how can we remove supply meant for export as this is specific to SEZ invoice, not field in the title? Okay. See, if you feel like if there is any, see, this is the default invoice. Whatever the fields you want to remove, you can remove it. But provided there is a small constraint in Tally invoices, even though you remove the certain fields from here, this space remains the same. Okay, you cannot remove, you can remove the fields, but this space remains the same. This is the default invoice. So this fields remains the same. But as per your requirement, you're saying unwanted fields. I don't know what all the unwanted fields to be removed. If you can so specific, or you can just call me after the session. Specifically, if you can ask me, I can help you on that. I can help you on that, sir. Okay. So this is going to be the SEZ invoices. This is going to be the SEZ invoices. Okay. Now I'll just come out from here. Okay. This is your triangular report, how it shows. Now, with the help of same LUT, we are going to make a export invoice. Okay. What needs to be done is, we have come to gateway of Tally, go to accounts info, ledger and create. Right. Now, I will create a company called Simpson and Co. Sundry datas is from Hong Kong. Okay. So we are going to make a export sale. We are going to make an export sale. Right. Now I just come out from here. Go to accounting voucher. Right. F8 for sales. On the right hand side, you can see it is F8 for sales. Now we are in sales screen. I change the invoice number and dates. Now I use the customer called Simpson and Co. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export my product. So I'll put it as, say, MS printer. I'll put it as, say, 5 numbers. I sell it in dollars. Okay. So my dollar rate is going to be 850 rupees. Right. Dollar rate. My dollar rate is, say, 80 rupees. Right. Now GST sales. Now you can see it is export LUT bond. Clear? It is export LUT bond. Any doubts you can ask me. It is export LUT bond. Okay. Then you need to put your eBay bill numbers. It is going to be your shipping code. Whatever the things you want to have, mention all these things. right? Port code is 6 digits. All these things can be filled. You have to fill how the product is going to go. So fill all these details and save this invoice. Okay. It says mandatory information for reviewable. It's not specified. Invalid. Verify the distance, vehicle number, document date, and other details. So I'm not given anything here. Okay. And I save this also. This is export invoice. Okay. Now you can see again. We have created a party called Simpson and Co. Okay. He belongs to Hong Kong, right? We are exporting MS printer, 5 numbers at the rate of 850 per dollar per machine. It is. We have also specified. We have also specified this. Okay. Any doubts on this? I'm not done anything over here. We have just created an export invoice. Now, if you can go check it in your display, statutory reports, GST, GST 3B, okay, for the month of May. All to see, you can see it is under supplies. Yeah, it is LUT. Okay, there are certain transactions. If you don't have an LUT bond, then your transactions will be export taxable. Okay, if you don't have an LUT bond, it is export taxable. Clear? Sir, any doubts you can ask me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will show you. Senthil sir, what is the doubt? You have any doubts, Senthil sir? Okay, fine. Now we saw two entries. One is SEZ sales with the help of LUT bond. We saw uh, LUT bond. With the help of LUT bond, we made an export sales also. Export sales without any taxes, right? Now we'll just go to accounting voucher, right? We'll make an export invoice, one more export invoice, right? So I'll create a party, Excel information, okay, under certain. So he belongs to Canada, right? So nothing is being given here, right? Now I'll I'll put it as MS printer, 6 numbers, okay. Again, it's going to be $850 I've made. Okay, it is 80 rupees only. Now take it in such a way that we don't have an LUT one. Okay, this transaction is going to be export taxable, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to override this. It says it is export taxable. So I made this. Okay, just have a look on that. Then we made it as it's ITSC. Sir, any doubts? It's all the same. What I've done is I'm not created any new company. I'm using the same company for export taxable also. So for that, what I've tried to do is I'm just overriding my transactions here. I'm just overriding my transaction and says it is export taxable. Okay. So once I make this, when I put my IGST, my tax portion is calculated. Any doubts? Yes, it is output. Since, okay, it is output only. I'm sorry, it is not input. The ledger is actually the ledger. We have not fixed any tax portion there. So automatically it calculates. It is output IGST only. I'm sorry. Okay. So with this, any doubts you have? So this is going to be your export taxable. So it is asking for accept or override or back. So when you accept with conflicts, we have to resolve it later. When you override, it will conflicts will be solved here itself. We'll be resolving the conflicts here itself. So what I'm trying to do is I'm making it as O. When I do that, my entire transaction is accepted. Now if you can go to display and see the GST report, display, statutory reports, GST, GST 3B for the month of May, right? Alt F1. Now you can see, it is taxable only. I'm sorry because we are using my LUT bond. That's why it comes and sits here because it will go and sits in. It will come and sits here. It is not there. It will go and sits in the outward supply separately, sir. It is not zero rated. It is not supposed to sit here. It is supposed to sit here. Okay. So in F11, I've used the LUT bond. That's why it shows like this. Otherwise, it becomes a outward taxable. Okay. So in GST report, this is wrong. Actually, this should not come and sit here. This should not come and sit here. Okay. Sir, any doubts you can ask me, sir. Wait. No, sir. How can we use both LUT and without it? Sir, we cannot use it, sir. I'm giving an example for you. We cannot use it like that. Okay, we cannot use it like this. It is an example. I'm giving it to you. Okay. Sir, any doubts you can ask me, sir. So this is going to be your GSTR 1, right? So based on that, it goes, you can export this, and you can file a return. Okay. So we saw two things today. One is LUT bond. With the help of LUT bond, how to make a SE sales and export invoices. Without LUT bond, how to make an export taxable, right? So now what I'm going to show is how to treat advanced receipts. Okay, how to treat advanced receipts in Tally. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to accounting voucher, right? F6 for payments. Right hand side, you can see a receipt over here. Click on this, right? Alt C, I'm creating a local customer here, right? Sundry datas. So I'm going to put a party. I'm putting my GST number. FLA 1523E1Z 1523 is okay. Okay, one more customer otherwise. Systems. Okay. 33 AA BCC 6453 F1 Z. Okay, even then it shows the wrong thing. Yeah, okay. So this 33 AA BCC 6453 F1. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to do a service for him. Clear? I'm going to do a customization for him. Okay, for that I'm collecting advance from the particular party, right? So on the right hand side, you can see nature of receipts. Click on that, choose advance receipt, right? I'm choosing advance receipt here. Now I'm choosing my bank, I'm choosing my party. Okay, so I'm putting local customer. I'm choosing my product here. Okay, so what is the product I'm going to have? So example, I'm just making as say smart TV. Okay, I'm collecting my advance as say my smart TV cost me around 1 lakh. I am booking the TV in this month, so 50,000 rupees I paid. Just have a look on this. This is an advance. Okay, I have given advance. Okay, now go to F8 for sales, right? On 30th, right? For local customer, I'm using smart TV here. He has already given 50,000 rupees. Okay, so I'm going to give 5 numbers of TV, which cost me around say uh, 10,000 rupees or say 20,000 rupees per TV. Okay, so it's not, I don't want to have so much. So I'll change it to say 15,000 rupees. It is so we make 7,500, right? Fine, we'll make it as 7,500, right? Here I'm choosing GST sales. It is all sales taxable only. I'm not given any taxes. So I'm putting output CGST, output SGST, right? After putting this, first what I'm trying to do is I am adjusting my existing advance. Okay, it is 44,250. I've saved this also. Okay, so what I've done is we have collected an advance in the month of on 25th of May. Then we raise the sales invoices. We have given a product for 44,000 and odd. Now you can see the GST report, display, statutory reports, GST, GST 3B. Okay. Now if you can see the invoices, it is 37,500 rupees. The taxes is 6750. You can see on the below. Okay. You can see on the below. There's something called amount unadjusted against the supplies. So this is the amount. It is not adjusted against the particular invoices. Still, it's pending with us. Okay. This is the amount. It is unadjusted. You can see this. This is the amount we need to adjust now. So, what is the balance amount is pending for the month of May? It is 877 0.12. It is 877.12. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is balance amount will be adjusted in the next invoices in the following month. Okay, I'm not going to put any invoices in this month. This amount will be adjusted in the invoices generated in the next month. But we need to pay tax for the amount we have received as advance. So this is the amount pending in our account. So we need to pay tax for this particular pending amount to the government. For this, you need to increase your liability. Sir, any doubt you can ask me. We need to increase the liability for 4872.88. Okay. And my tax portion is 438.56. Okay. So we need to increase the tax liability. So what needs to be done is, on the right hand side, if you can see, there is something called stat adjustments. Okay. Just click on that and say it is on account of advance receipt, right? Make it as advance, tax on advance. So create as tax on advance under direct expenses or income. Okay, I'm just putting it as direct expenses and say not applicable. Okay. Here, what is the amount to be given? It is all to see 438.56 into 2. It is 877.12. 877.12. Credit. It is going to be output CGST percentage of taxes. I think it's 9%. So let me see that. Okay. It is going to be for 44872.88. So 4872.88. The value will be 438.56. So this is what we need to give. Advance receipt for local customer. Sir, if the time is up, I can start the session tomorrow with the same topic. Okay? Don't worry about that. So we have increased the liability. Okay, now we have booked the liability here. Now this amount has to be paid to the government for this month. Okay, so it's 12:32. I will stop the session now. Tomorrow we'll start the same topic and we'll continue with the things. So any doubts you can ask me now, or you can chat with me. Sir, we can tomorrow we can. I'll do one thing. The time is up. Tomorrow I'll start with the same session. Okay. So you can chat with me in WhatsApp. Whatever the doubts you have, you can definitely chat with me. So my number is 99406 44753.